and Sylvie Dufresne. Dufresne, a young 15-year-old student from Laval, Quebec. And Susan Tully, 30-year-old consular from Gatineau, Quebec. There's Sylvie Dufresne. This is in the Women's Open semifinal.
Both shoulders, 2 warnings. Let's start it again.
Ready, go, go.
All right, that's youngster, boy, oh boy, Sylvie Dufresne. 15-year-old student from Laval, Quebec, with those funny shoes, disposes of Suzanne Tully. Dufresne the winner. This is the first semifinal bout in the light heavyweight division. Gene Taddy, a veteran at 36. Arm wrestler who's always been around when it comes to the finals, and his opponent is Robert Graham, 23-year-old truck driver from London, Ontario. He's a good one, too. Taddy, the wily veteran, hoping to get some sort of an advantage on newcomer Robert Graham, newcomer to the Canadian Championship wrestling scene. Good arm wrestler, no doubt about that. Gene Taddy on the left, Graham on the right. There they go. And Taddy trying to get the arm down. Graham hanging on. And finally, Taddy does it. Gene Taddy moves into the finals. This semifinal bout has Rod Barrett moving up a class. Barrett is no stranger to arm wrestling. He's from Alberta, an oil field worker, and his opponent, Tony Francesco, a manager of a restaurant in Montreal, Quebec. 215 pounds to Barrett's 210. Barrett, perhaps with more experience when it comes to arm wrestling. Barrett would dearly love to win this one as he moved up the class, and he's been working towards it, practicing, putting on a little weight, he said. Didn't make the finals or the championships last year. Hopes to reverse that trend this year. Rod Barrett on the right. Tony Francesco's on the left. Barrett looks like he may have him. Tries to roll it over the top. He does. Rod Barrett wins it. Francesco is finished. So it'll be Barrett and Taddy in the final. We are now in the heavyweight division. James Coates against Nazareth. And this one has a couple of real tough cookies going at it. And let's see. Look at the strength. Look at the determination on the faces of these two opponents. Oh, boy, are they going at it. Oh, this is a good one. The crowd just loves it. Oh, boy. James Coates, a laborer from Tottenham, Ontario. Jerry Mazarel of Gatineau, Quebec, 36 years old today. And look, Mazarel trying to hold on. He may have him. Oh, boy. Look at this one. This probably the best bout so far. Mazarel, Jerry Mazarel, and James Coates. Oh, this crowd loved that one. That was a tough one. We got a pretty good matchup here in this heavyweight men's semifinal. Yvan Champagne from Longueuil, Quebec, a car crusher. His opponent is Richard Barbae from London, Ontario, custodian, 27 years old. Good one, too. A real tough one. This one would have to be, if you're going to wager anything, just a tad in favor of Barbae. Though Champagne has demonstrated that he's a pretty tough customer, too.
They're good. Ready, go, go.
We are into a match here that has Barbae on the offensive. Looks like Champagne now has regained whatever he lost. Yvan Champagne in a real tough bout with Richard Barbae. Barbae trying to turn it over the top, roll it over the top. And Champagne just hanging on. It looked as if Yvan Champagne had... He's done. Richard Barbae is the man who moves into the finals again. Same as last year. That is Paul Cecchini on the left, and staring right into our camera, his brother Dave Cecchini. They do a lot of practicing together, and Paul, of course, would like to show his younger brother how it's done, and he'd like to be in Detroit, Michigan for the World's Championship. He says he has an unfulfilled mission. He would like to win that title. Had a couple of cracks at it, hasn't been able to do it up until now. But he has to get by his brother Dave. Wouldn't that be something if Dave upset his hopes? Paul Cecchini on the left, Dave Cecchini on the right. The featherweight championship on the line. The defending champion is Paul Cecchini. Paul Cecchini and Dave just battling away. Boy, there's a sibling rivalry that is... There it is. It has gone to Paul Cecchini. I was going to say it's a sibling rivalry that goes right down to the last ounce of energy. And Paul Cecchini repeats as the featherweight champ. Paul Cecchini, 5 in a row. You're making a habit of this.
My brother Dave's been helping me out a lot. I train with him in that. He eliminated a couple of key competitors today that give me a hard time, but he helped me out a lot, and I just know how my brother pulls because I train with him so often. And my arms, I've been keeping in good shape all along. I had no injuries this year, and that's the main thing, to keep the weight down and to keep your arm in good shape. And I've won 5 in a row. It's been nice.
Can you beat him every time?
My brother?
Yeah.
When I was younger, I could never beat him. But once I turned 18, I started beating him, and he hasn't beaten me since.
Listen, you don't seem to get as psyched up. What, are you maturing or what?
I'm maturing, and I'm sort of saving my adrenaline for the actual pull, instead of when you're psyching yourself up so much before the arm wrestle, you're losing a lot of adrenaline. And when you get into a long match, every second counts of adrenaline you lose.
Okay, Patton is not in your weight division anymore. You got this monkey off your back. You've had no excuses this time when you head into the World.
No excuses. The pressure's on. I have to win it this year. There's nobody else in the world that's beaten me in 144 except Dave Patton, and I see no reason why I shouldn't go in there and win it this year.
Paul Cecchini, good luck to you.
Thank you.
This is a restart. Bill Topp, the champion in the lightweight division, and his opponent, Willie Conrad, a carpenter from Trout Creek, Ontario. They have had a real extended, almost a standoff bout up until now. They broke, and they are restarting now. And I'm just wondering if that's going to do to the two combatants, because they've expended a lot of energy. I'll tell you, when you talk about two evenly matched opponents, this is it. It's Topp and Conrad. Topp trying to roll Conrad over and get that early advantage, but Conrad hanging in there. Boy, he's really strong. Bill Topp, knowing he's in a real bout. Topp, the defending champion, 4th ranked in the world. Conrad looks like he's got him. Conrad trying to get him down. Willie Conrad, Topp hanging on. And Conrad is the new lightweight champion, defeating defending champ Bill Topp. Willie Conrad has won it. Boy, what an evenly matched bout this one was. Conrad the winner. This is the defending middleweight champion, Morris Plow, 24-year-old laborer from North Bay, 5 feet 8 inches tall. His opponent, Bill Adamatus, a 32-year-old carpenter from Cochrane, Alberta. Adamatus and Plow in a real power struggle, too. Adamatus has looked extremely good in getting to this final. Plow, of course, was expected to be here. He is the defending champion. We've already had one upset so far, and Adamatus hopes that this will be upset number 2 in the middleweight division. Got to keep that shoulder away. There has to be air showing, space showing, in order to make this a legitimate bout. Adamatus on the left, hanging on. Plow straining to get some sort of an advantage, trying to roll it over the top. Bulging biceps of Morris Plow. And we have a winner. Bill Adamatus, the carpenter from Cochrane, on lightweight final. Christine Jaworski. She is the reigning world champion on the left. Beat Lucy DeSaulnier in New Orleans last year. Her opponent is a young lady by the name of Susan Telford. And Jaworski shows why she's the world champion, wasting no time at all in disposing of Susan Telford. Jaworski is the women's lightweight champ. Christine Jaworski, you are awesome.
Is that what you call me, awesome? I really worked hard for this tournament, and I'm going to win the Worlds.
Well, you did last year. You beat Lucy DeSaulnier, who is not here this year. But does that make it any easier?
No, it doesn't, because there's a lot of new and upcoming people at the Worlds. Especially, I've heard of a couple new people that come, or previous world champions from 3 or 4 years back that are going to be there this year. So it should be quite a challenge at the Worlds.
Does it bother you at all to know that these people are going to be there? Or do you figure that you're the best in your division?
It doesn't bother me, because I'm just going to work that much harder to beat them.
What did you do to improve from last year?
I've been working out a lot of weight training, a lot of actual arm wrestling. I've been doing a lot of it every day. I try to arm wrestle, and it's really improved my wrist and my forearm quite a bit.
Christine, good luck to you.
Thank you very much, Bill.
Christine Jaworski, another champion.
Thanks, Bill.
This is the Women's Open, and we have a couple of sisters. Leanne Dufresne, a student, against Sylvie Dufresne, another student. Sylvie is 15, Leanne is 18, and Leanne Dufresne wins. Leanne Dufresne, a student in gymnastics from the Val Quebec, defeats her sister Sylvie to win the Women's Open. We're now to the light heavyweight division. The championship up for grabs, Gene Taddy, a truck salesman from Hamilton, a veteran, against Rod Barrett, an oil field worker from Alberta. Barrett, of course, has been around, and so has Taddy, so this one should be a pretty good bout. Both of them power pullers. Rod Barrett on the left, Taddy on the right. Looks like Barrett has the advantage, trying to roll Taddy's wrist, but Taddy is hanging on. Rod Barrett and Gene Taddy in another one of those tough matches. Oh, look at that one. And finally, Barrett gets him down. Rod Barrett wins the light heavyweight championship. Rod Barrett, the winner over Gene Taddy.
Never happened.
There's the defending heavyweight champion, Richard Barbae of London, a custodian for the Board of Education. His opponent is James Coates, a 30-year-old farm laborer from Tottenham, Ontario. Coates extremely strong, but then he's in with a pretty tough arm wrestler in the person of Barbae. Barbae won it last year. He wants to win it again this year. Coates may have different ideas. Richard Barbae trying to get that advantage. Coates hanging on as Barbae tries to roll it over, and it looks like Barbae has got it. Richard Barbae retains his heavyweight arm wrestling championship. The winner, Richard Barbae.